So, so this is server, right? So in server, first we have to add a role. So what is a role? Role is nothing but a service which we are giving to clients. Different roles are there in a servers. Like depends upon the server versions. So the server roles may increase or decreasing or combining both the things. Okay. So to install a server role, we have to go to manage, go to server manager, manage, add roles and features. Server manager, manage, add roles and features. Next. Now this is a begin. Okay, so you can see destination server name it is showing. If it is showing old name, then it is danger. You didn't restart after changing the name. So you must restart the PC. Then only we have to install it. Otherwise, you will get a balance. Next, select the first one only. Select the first one only. Role based or future based installation only. This is for VDI. And first option, select a server from server pool, not for virtual disk. So first one option only, and make sure that your server name IP address is showing correct. Next. Now these are the roles. When you have a time, go to each role. Don't select any role. Just you can click on the role. That's it. Don't select it. You can read the description also. You will understand. This is our role. Active Directory domain services. Be careful, guys, because there is a four Active Directory services are there. Okay, Active Directory certification services, domain services, federation services, lightweight directory services, right management services. Each are different from others. They are depends upon others, but maybe they depends upon others, but actually they are separate one. So what we need Active Directory domain services. Second one. I am only checking this second one. Okay, when I check it automatically, it add roles and features wizard. Okay, then it is a pop-up came up, right? So click on add features. Click on add features. Okay, it is not a wrong thing. It is add features important because of when you are managing this Active Directory thing, we need a consoles. So different consoles are there. So add features. Click on add feature. That's it. Don't check anything. Don't check anything. Check this one. You'll get add features. Click on add features. That's it. Don't do anything. Next. Okay. These are the features. Some features by default it is already selected. Some are only for server related features are there. Few features. So we have to check it if it is required. For this practical, we don't require any extras. Already the certain things already check mark is done. Like a group policy management, automatic check mark is there. So you need to check anything. Okay, remember that one. Only one check mark. Active Directory domain services. That check mark. Take that check mark. Add feature button. That's it. You don't need to do anything. Just go to next. Next. And this check mark, final check mark is restart the destination server automatically if required. Certain roles require a restart, some require certain roles not require restart. If required, it restart it automatically. Otherwise, it won't restart also. Click yes. Click on install. That's it. It's going to be installed. It will show in a blue color. Once it is completely finished, the screen will be changed. Okay. Let it install. Let it install. It will take a little bit time. It is starting installation. It will take a little bit time. Okay, it will, so entire thing we will record it. So we'll put it in a screen language. Okay. Uh, Sit back and relax and watch it. So tomorrow I will show you DHCP and DNS. Okay, today if possible group policy, one group policy. Maybe you don't have an energy or not. We'll see. Once we complete this one, we'll see. Otherwise tomorrow only I will show you group policy and DHCP. Two are there. So first we morning we finish that do those two things. And I will show you the small part in DNS. That's it for tomorrow. Then I will show you storage. What we can able to do in server. If possible, I will show you the storage thing. Okay, storage, lot of storage is there. Practically means you will understand more. Theory means it's just the questions. I will go with the storage part. Okay, storage part. Afternoon. So how much practical I can able to show you? That much I will show you that one. Okay. Yeah, guys, completed this one. So see here. Promote this server to a domain controller. So as a domain controller, I put it. It's a two domain controller, no problem. So promote this server to a domain controller. Once it is appear, we have to click it. Okay, I clicking in it. So I'm click on. Then the wizard is started. Active Directory Domain Service Configuration Wizard (ADDS) configuration wizard is started. Now we have to do the steps, but I will show you other option. For example, in this window, normally we don't see anything, right? Once it is completed, okay, we can see cancel. We cancel it. Once you cancel it, then how you start the wizard, right? You cancel it. You wizard. You should be started from that line. You missed it. If you miss it, don't worry, don't cry. So go to this one, notification. This flag represent notification. So it is showing post deployment configuration is pending. Promote this server to a domain controller. This is one option. Okay, I will show you another option. In a left side, you can see ADDS. You can see ADDS, and can you see the yellow strip with warning? The symbol represent warning. Click on more, and also it is showing promote this server to a domain controller. You can see this one. Okay, so these are three things. So I'm going to this one only, flag promote this server to a domain controller. And already I explained there is a three options are there. First option, add a domain controller to existing domain. So the first is belongs to ADDS. Sorry, 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 not ADDS, ADC, ADC or ODC. No, earlier before this pen kind of stuff update, it is giving. It's very good thing. Okay, so okay, so the first one is belongs to ADC. If you want to install ADC, additional domain controller, first option ADC or RODC. Okay, the second one is for tree and child. Okay, the third one is for forest, new forest. The first one is for ADC RODC. Without a DC, you can't put a ADC RODC. So this is not. Without a forest, you can't create a tree and child also. And so we have to create a new forest. So this is the option. Okay, this is the option, third option. So we'll see all options once. Okay, all options. This is when you select first one, it is asking for a domain. Okay, it is asking for domain because you want to create a add a domain controller, means additional domain controller, ADC or BDC, backup domain controller, or RODC, read only domain controller. The second option, automatically the screen change. See, when I this one option, this is two options, and also it is showing a browse select option also. But here it is showing like this. You want to create a child domain. So child domain, parent domain, new domain name, child domain. So parent domain, new domain. If I select tree, it asking for forest, not parent. So it won't carry the parent name, but it has forest. It is in the forest. That's it. It's a member of the forest. So this is for a child or a tree domain. So third option, add a new forest. Add a new forest. Okay. So what is my forest name? Earlier I put a name is contoso.com, right? Contoso.com. So that is my forest name, root domain name, root domain name, forest name, everything is same here. So my domain name is contoso.com. So I given that name. So you can give anything .org, Microsoft.org, micro.com. Okay. Like that. So many extensions are extension compulsory. Next. So third option, new forest name. Okay. So you have to give password here. You have to give password. This is a DSRM password. Directory restore mode password. If you back up the directory, so to restore it, so we need this password. I'm giving password is admin@123 only. I'm not giving differently, and you also don't give differently currently. So later you practice in free time, then you can do it. Okay. Global catalog is automatically checkmark because this server itself a global catalog, and DNS, because DNS is not there, it is automatically done checkmark. The checkmark is there. So do not uncheck it. So leave the checkmark like that only. Okay, we don't have any separate DNS server, so it is showing like that. No problem. Next. NetBIOS domain name. What is a NetBIOS domain name? So in a domain name, I given a contoso.com, right? The contoso is a NetBIOS domain name. NetBIOS computer name is WinS1. Remember, this is a NetBIOS computer name. This is a NetBIOS domain name. Full domain name is contoso.com. Full domain FQDN, fully qualified domain name is winsone.contoso.com. That I will give the list. Okay. So what is the network domains? Contoso.com. Now see Windows entities. That's why I didn't write there. So I got a doubt. It is under System 32 or Windows. It's under Windows. This is where you will put a database. This is the folder. You have the database like ntds.dat file. ntds.dat database file is under this directory, and log files also in this directory. Sysvol is another one. Okay, sysvol means system volume, or like we can say domain publicly shared folder. Publicly shared folder. It's a shared folder which contain domain related information like a group policy kind of stuff. Okay. Now it's showing a review. It's showing vscript. It is in a PowerShell, so I'm not doing anything. Just click on next. So let it check the pre-request. It will take a little bit time. Mostly your pre-request will fail if you don't restart after changing the computer name, or if you don't give preferred DNS address in a server. If you don't give preferred DNS server address. Okay. So these are the warnings. Ignore the warnings, but you got a green check mark. it means okay. If it is you got a red check mark, means it's you have to do some troubleshooting. So mostly your pre-request columns only. So you done a mistake there. So let it install. Now it is installation is going on. It will take time, and once installation is completed, automatically it will restart. So without wasting much time, so then I will go to one small part, that is FQDN part. I done only pre-thing only I done, but here the steps you should understand what I done. So guys, see, NetBIOS. I put a normal names only. NetBIOS computer means no, means nothing but computer name. For example, Windows one. Your domain name. My domain name is contaso.com. Now my NetBIOS domain name contaso. FQDN fully qualified domain name is win s1 dot contoso.com. Okay, like this. My server FQDN fully qualified domain name. For example, I have a win c1 is there. This is a computer name, and just it's in a computer name. Next time, so like when I added the computer to domain, so what is my domain name? What is my domain? Contoso.com. What is my FQDN now? What is FQDN? Combination of computer name and domain name. Now, anybody tell what is my FQDN?
winc1.contoso.com.
Very good. Okay, so that is it. So, combination of computer name and domain name is called a fully qualified domain name. What is FQDN? Fully qualified domain name. Yeah, it is restarting. Let it restart. Actually, I have to show a few before start the wizard, but I missed that point. No problem. Let it complete. It will take again little bit time. Fully qualified domain name. No, so I may type some wrong here. That's why I searched it instead of typing it. And I'm typing from since morning lot of things. Yes, I want to tell you a simple thing. A lot of people having a lot of what we can say small default faults are there. Never feel shy to admit and to overcome. Then you have to practice. That's it. If you practice, you'll be fair. You'll become perfect. That's it. But never feel shy to admit that one. Okay. And another part, never feel shy to ask the questions, doubts. If you don't understand, I don't understand. That's last time. Every day evening class from last 2 3 days. Plus the last sir, I didn't understand. That's a good thing. Like if you don't understand, don't feel shy. Try. You will understand. It will take time for some people. Some people miss the point. Some people are not understand explanations. Lot of things are never feel shy, but do work. If you do work, definitely will learn. I'm already, I think, in my first class only I told the story, right? Okay, now we got it back. So Alt Control Insert. Now can you see it is showing Contoso slash administrator. Now I'm logging to my server not as a normal administrator. I'm logging to my server as a domain administrator because contoso.com slash administrator means it is showing my domain name. It's not showing my server name. It is showing my domain name slash administrator. And if you see the left side, it is showing my domain name and other user means maybe if I have another administrator, server administrators are there, I can log in with them or local account. Okay. See, the password is same admin at the rate 123 because when I given a password at a DSRM also same password I given admin at the rate 123 only. Okay, let it open again, it load the profile thing. Okay, here naming thing is also a little bit tricky. What is it like? For example, your server name is WinS1. Okay, your account name is administrator. uh, that's why you should type directly administrator. Yeah, now I type correct. If you log in like this, computer name slash administrator, it means you are login with local administrator account, local account, local server administrator account. For example, win c1 slash student 1. I am login meaning is login with a win c1 local user account. Everything is an account here. Contoso slash administrator. This meaning is you login as domain user or administrator because anyway by default it's administrator. I'm using normally as a domain user. For example, contoso slash for example user one. For example, user one. So you log in as domain user. So important thing is you should understand what is contoso. It's a domain name. Win c1, win s1 is a computer names. Okay, server name or a computer name is the same thing. It's a computer name. Contoso is a domain name. So if you have a domain name first and then username, it means login as a domain user. So the representation of this one, this is a whole representation. We call it as a, actually this is a common one. This whole representation, actually this whole representation of logging like this is a normal login type means so old days login time. It's called as SAM account name. Okay, lot of histories are there in a domain. So SAM means it's an olden days database. Okay, their login technology is also different. Okay, okay. User principal name UPN. Okay, what is a user principal name? For example, I have a admin at the rate contoso .com. So yeah, I'm logging to domain user only. This is domain admin, right? So this is a login with domain admin. Okay, right? So like for example, user one at the rate contoso.com. So login with domain user only. Domain administrator means so administrator is the name of the administrator. That's it. So it's actually that's right. So this is a representation is user principal name UPN. This is SAM account means slash notations. Here it we use only NetBIOS name, but here using a domain name directly or FQDNs. Okay, so we got it. Finally, see DNS both are added. Now I'm going to show you this screen, full screen mode. Now, anything you want to do it, go to the local server. Okay, now automatically the domain name changed. Earlier it is a work group. Now automatically it is changed. So you don't need to worry about it. But one setting we have to do first. Go to IP address, then double click on it. Properties. IPv4 properties. I given my server name, right? It is resetted back to 127.0.0.1. So what is that meaning? Loopback address. Okay. So because server is a local host, right? So it will automatically change to loopback address. I'm going to change it back to. It won't harm anything. So but still, I want my previous setting. So I'm changing back to this one. So first IP address change. Okay. It's all lot of volumes. Okay. So make sure that your server address DNS address correct. Second, so this is a DNS and these things are added. This DNS is added anyway, and these five things, six, seven, these sevens are added newly. Active Directory Administrator Center, Domains and Trust, Module for PowerShell, Sites and Services, Users and Computer, ADSI Edit, Group Policy Management, and DNS is added. Okay. So here important one is Active Directory, users and computers first importance. Okay, DNS is a DNS management related. So we'll see the DNS. Okay, so we have to go to one verification DNS. I'm going to DNS tools. I went to DNS. Okay, because I verified IP address is here first and then DNS. The DNS. This is a DNS. You have to check in a taskbar. You can see the DNS here, or it will open directly on your screen. So it is a DNS. Okay, so once you open a DNS, it is there. It's already open. You have to see. So you can see forward lookup zone. You can see two folders here. One is contoso.com, above underscore msdcs contoso.com. When I click on this one, when I click on this one, see there is some records are there. Just some records are there. So I will explain those records if time sufficient. So these are the records, right? Not only these records, not only four records. Important thing is these extra records or these records, these entire record DC, domain, GC, PDC, and these records are important. If you don't get these records, means your DNS and your domain controller is waste. You must uninstall everything and reinstall it back. Okay, it means you have to remove DNS and IDDS. I hopefully you won't get that problem. So make sure that you have a underscore msdcs, and under that one you should have a folders, and those under records should be there. Okay, that is it. Currently. Okay, So this is your DNS is your Active Directory is fully set up. Okay, and already I told Active Directory users and computers. This is the first thing we have to manage, like how to add a client, how to add a user, what clients are added. You can see this is the contoso.com. Expand it, then you can see the build, computers, domain controllers, managed services, and users. Okay, so just see it. So these are all default accounts are there. If you go to users, administrator only one user is there, all remaining are groups only. Okay, so you can see this is user, this is the group. That's the difference. Okay, now what I want to do is I will give again 5 minutes